What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This one's gonna be a pretty fun one today. We're taking the Arrma Big Rock out for a spin and may or may not have come down pretty hard on a fence and broke a steering knuckle here.
What you think? Leave me a comment. Is there something might
broke a steering knuckle
here? It's seen better days. So I figured we'd take this opportunity and go ahead and install some aluminum ones on it. So this is more or less going to be a how-to on how to install some aluminum components on the Arrma Big Rock. It's going to be your steering knuckles front and rear. It should be a pretty good one. Also, we have some upgraded shocks and struts on this thing, so overall I think they'll both come together. If they don't do good, we got some stock ones here, so if it doesn't turn out to be any good, we'll just go back to OEM. But if you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching. Let's dive into it. Alright, so we've already got some stuff tore down here, and we also have these shocks and front and rear put on. It's going pretty good. Figured we'd stop right here and do some documentation. We were waiting on these steering knuckles to come in, and they finally got here. Yep, but they're tough. They finally got here, so we're going to do just a basic, quick tutorial on what you need to do and look out for on putting some of these on. We've already done a very similar job on the ROG one. It went pretty good. I'm not thrilled with how it came out, but overall, the pros seem to outweigh the cons. So let's dive into it and get started. Alright, so starting on this side right here, you've got two bolts, screws, and they are keeping this pin here captive. So the best way to go about getting this pin out is to, after you take the bolts out, we're going to go ahead and push these pins out. So you just push it out with something small. I typically like to use a pick and some needle nose pliers. I'm using a Leatherman here, but you can use basically any kind of pliers. You can use your fingers if you've got man hands like that. And I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to get this piece off, and I'm going to assemble everything as one complete unit and then put it all on. Alright, let's do it. Alright, now that we've got everything laid out nice and organized, we're going to start assembling this this piece here. So this can be a little finicky here, little tricky. So this one is going to ride just like this. Yeah, just like that. So we are going to let's flip everything over. You're going to want to insert your bushings like so. Then you will want to hold it horizontal like this. It does make it a little easier. If you try and hold it one way or the other, your bushings will just fall right out. Get your long screw. You do want a little Loctite on it. Wrong screw. Once your screw is started, you can go ahead and run it on in. Now you don't want these crazy tight. That's what the Loctite's there for. Just enough to be snug. Use our official Arrma hand tool here. Alright, now that's one piece down, and we will continue with the rest. Alright, now that everything is back together and in order, we are going to go ahead and throw our bearings in here, our sealed bearings. Yeah, that's looking about right. I do believe. Alright. In either side. You can go ahead and install your drive shaft. Sometimes these bearings are a little hard to get off. There we go. As long as you hold them straight, the more square and straight you hold them, the better they'll come off. It's not too terribly difficult. Something like that right there. And then all you have to do is put your just put your spacer and your pin back on, or your hex adapter and your pin. And that should keep everything nice and rock solid for you. That's all there is to it. And you do the same thing on the other side. Reinstall everything. Okay, now we've got our rears removed, and it's basically just the same process as the last. Now, what I do like about this kit, and full disclosure, I'll tell you what I don't like about it first. These bushings are just a fuzz too long. I did have to touch off on the belt grinder with them, which you could easily do with a hand file or anything abrasive, some sandpaper on a flat surface. I just kissed them on the belt grinder just for a split second. I might have took 1.5 millimeters off. But what I do like about them is that they're fairly precision. They are clearly marked. If you see here, this one's marked left, that one's marked right. So that does make a big difference to me. Now, with those bushings being a little too long, it was creating a ton of play in this. I say a ton of play. It would be livable, but it was more than I would like to let go. So I kissed off on the belt grinder with them, and that touched it right up and fixed it. They still have a little bit of play in them, but it's nothing major. So we're going to do the same exact procedure here with these guys as we did with the other ones, and that should be it. We'll start throwing it back together. This is a pretty quick job, and it shouldn't take too long. Now, I'm running into an issue with this bearing coming off. If you run into a similar issue likewise, you can always, if you have a vise or something, you could put it in that, or simply to get a flathead screwdriver and walk it off. Now, I'm being lazy and just using what I have handy here, this pick, but you do want to be careful not to damage this shield here in case you do need to reuse it. This kit came with bearings, but some of them might not. It comes off. Alright, now that everything's back together, it's time for the assembly process. This is where it can get a little interesting. Oh, I will say too, with this kit, they did give you, I will link this kit in the description, but they did give you several extra bushings in case, you know, they wear out or, you know, what have you. Alright, so we're going to do both sides one at a time. We'll start with the rear. We have already gone through and cleaned all of our bolts for prepping them for the Loctite. It's always good to clean the bolts off. It's also good to not put too much Loctite on. I learned that with the ROG1 upgrade. So what I like to do is just put a dab on and blow it off. That's just my technique. I mean, or you could just, you know, not put a ton on. It is, like I said, it's very nice having everything labeled. Kudos to them for that. Alright, so the fun part with this kit, this is interesting, and they did a very good job with this. Honestly, this is pretty cool. So what they did, and I noticed there is, that's weird, there's fine thread and coarse thread. Not quite sure what that's about. And it does, in fact, look like there's extra. So that's kind of cool. So they also give you extra pins as well. So these are your rears. I'm going to start with a fine thread, and if they get stripped out or whatever, they also give you a coarse thread. So these coarse threads will really lock in if these fine threads ever slip out. So we're going to start with the fine threads, and if they walk out, we'll move on. They give you 4 of each, 4 for the back and 4 for the front. So, but how they work, instead of pushing them out, this pin is actually just attached to a screw, and it simply just threads in. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You don't want to go too tight with them either. Just snug. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so interesting fact here, when this part here broke, my drive shaft, my axle shaft, looks like it got chewed up a little bit and stripped out some. So I'm just ever so gently cleaning it up with a razor, just all the high spots. Alright, got that cleaned up. It's sliding in and out a little better. It's not perfect, but I think it'll wear in. Yeah, it's fine. Oh yeah, that's fine. Good deal. We're just going to flip it around and do the same thing. Alright. We got everything on there, buttoned down. Man, it's looking good. Not sure how well it's going to work out, but I'm liking it so far. Yeah, was this a complete bonehead move, or is it something that you think will add some integrity to the Big Rock? Let me know. Let's put some wheels on this thing and give it a thrashing. Alright guys, I'm gonna trying my absolute best to not hit a fence this time. But you know what? I mean, it would be a pretty good test. Let's get some air. I gotta straighten this ramp out. Crookeder than hell. Let's try that again. Those new shocks look pretty good. Not bad. Air control should sure be just a little bit better with this long wheelbase, though it's hard. But I think I'm going to go ahead and throw some bigger wheels and hub extenders on in the next video. Man, that aluminum does look good. Come on, Rip, you want to chase it? Go get it. All right, I am back out here. This is the next day. I was running out of light and time yesterday, so. Yikes. I don't know, I'm liking it so far. If anything, it doesn't feel loose or anything abnormal about it. Not seeing anything rattle or. I'm not gonna go too crazy with it because there is a couple more upgrades that I want to do today to it. I was gonna do them all in one video, but I figured that might be make for a long video. But we have oh, well, there's a true torture test right there. I think that's the exact thing that broke it before. Quite literally exactly in the exact same spot. Came down right on that wheel. Now I'm not seeing anything. Cool. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope this video helped someone out there. I think everything went pretty well. We didn't break anything, but let me know what you guys think. This is something worth doing, or is it completely stupid? Maybe avoid it. I don't know. But I appreciate it, guys. If you don't mind, leave me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one.